I'm Julian Walden. I'm writing a series of novels called The Chain because, well, this is the story the universe gave me. See, I grew up reading a lot of really awesome books by writers that twisted my mind into new dimensions and took me places that I never would have gone without them. Some of those authors you know, and probably some of them you're less familiar with. The ones that twisted my mind worse are the ones you probably don't know. But anyway, instead of taking the path some have, I grew up on Anne Rice, and in my youth it occurred to me, you know, it might be profitable to write a vampire novel. And I thought, well, she's pretty much cornered the market on that, hasn't she? I mean, who the hell's ever going to top her? Of course, nobody has. I'm sorry, Twilight does not take Anne Rice and then go beyond. Twilight doesn't even... It takes Anne Rice and goes maybe a quarter of the way there to when everybody's still a whiny teenager. I mean, sorry, but it is what it is. I took something else from Anne Rice, from some of her other work, and thought, okay, she went pretty fucking far out and just Jesus Christ and blasphemous and weird, and thought, how do I go that one better? Stephen King, I grew up reading a lot of Stephen King. I still read a lot of Stephen King every time he puts anything out. And he at least still goes to new places, you know. I love Stephen King, but I can't write a Stephen King novel. I'm not going to write a novel about a girl with telekinetic powers or a supernatural monster. He's, again, got it. It's done. I just recently, about 2-3 years ago, fell completely in love with A Song of Fire and Ice, and I read all those that are out to this date. I will not give George Martin any shit, because I know not the kind of public pressure he's got, but I know the inner pressure of wanting to get this monster out, which is why I'm here trying to make this awkward video in the first place. My set of books, my new story, The Chain. I'm not going to explain it in great depth. I already do in the FundRazr page, to the extent that I think is, reasonable. It's about a revolution. It's about rich people and hippies and cops and serial killers and fucking occultism and Satanists and all kinds of things, and a really unlikely cause of revolution. That's about as far as I think I should go in describing the story. It all starts here in Austin, Texas, with a couple of old hippies, one of whom you'll recognize, playing chess while eating mushrooms. And boy, does it go a lot of places from there. I just realized that I need a new first book to really get this right. I already have hundreds of thousands of words and a ridiculous number of pages of various states of completion of things that happen later. I have to go back to the beginning, and it's also time we heard a different kind of origin story. As much as I love what they're doing with Gotham, we already know that Bruce Wayne's parents got shot and what he does with it, right? And if I ever see another Spider-Man origin story, I'm just going to kill myself. No, I'm not. I'm just not going to watch another Spider-Man origin story, because we know with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben is dead. Da, 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 da. It's been done to death. I'm really looking forward to the next Star Wars film myself, but once again, we've seen people with lightsabers fight over the fate of the galaxy. This isn't new. Hell, Game of Thrones is the newest thing. And obviously that man studied massive amounts of history, because history scholars do not find a great number of those twists to be entirely new. But the story is, the structure is, what he does with those disparate elements is different. Still, it's in a fantasy universe. What I'm writing is not in a fantasy universe. Everything I'm writing is technically possible. You know, Batman actually does have the most realistic superpower of pretty much anybody, technically, his superpower being billions of dollars. That's a superpower some people actually do have. My books really are about what I think somebody should be doing with that kind of superpower. Now, many of the conclusions I reach in that are going to be highly controversial. There probably won't be a major religion in the world that doesn't want me dead, or it doesn't at least put me on their banned books list. They're not going to like me much. Most of your people who get seriously uptight and angry about stuff aren't going to like me much because I continually ridicule them, blaspheme them, and make fun of them as mercilessly as I can. I am pushing every envelope I know how to push as far as it can possibly be pushed. That is what my life's work is and what it's about. The reason I am doing this FundRazr thing, well, for one thing, they use PayPal. And I respect that. I also have PayPal. It's not anywhere near the pain in the ass the Amazon thing that you got to do with Kickstarter is. I tried that. Fart in the wind, right? Anyway, I have lots of distractions. I have to do a lot of things in my day-to-day world to make a living because getting a normal job is apparently just not possible. I've tried, kids, for years. Never gets me anywhere. This would be a way too long video if I attempted to explain why. And I've already had an interesting life. I don't want an interesting life. I want peace. Novelists with interesting lives don't get shit done. But as things stand, I still have to leave the house at least 2 or 3 times a week, go hustle, read tarot, make money, do whatever odd job someone needs me to do, any number of things. And that makes the work suffers. I need time. I'm not seeking to buy anything but time, where I am in a locked room, behind a door I can close, and be left alone. Long enough to finish 2/3 of the first book I just realized needed to exist. At any rate, that is the extent of my reason for being here, and I don't want to take up too much of your time babbling. I will create more perks, by the way, as time goes on. I wasn't really prepared for this. This is all flying by the seat of my pants. The only thing that isn't is my work. Everything else I just do spontaneously because there are no other options. Hell, I gotta go out and work tomorrow because my remaining worldly fortune is 8 cents on a bank card and bus fare. It's okay. I can always do it. I'm the best damn tarot reader you're ever gonna meet. Anyway, I'll let you go. They told me to make a video, so I did this thing, and I cannot be brief. If I could, I'd be telling this story in a lot less than what's going to turn out 7 books. It'd do well on film, maybe HBO, if anyone has the balls, once it's revealed, to take it on. I thought Tarantino would do well with it. He could make his fucking Lord of the Rings out of this shit. Another thing we don't need, by the way, is another 8 hours of the fucking Hobbit. Am I right, folks? Anyway, if you care to assist me in this matter, that is very much appreciated. If you don't, I don't blame you. And, well, hell, to all of you, namaste, 93. May the force be with you. Peace out.